Hello, everyone. This is Dan Gramza, and welcome to dangramza.com Market Studies for Monday, January 26th. What do we see here in the S&P? We see a market, kind of a quiet close, looking for a sideways move on Monday. Dollar, if you're not familiar with these videos, the daily chart, green line represents buy, red line represents sell, dash line means it's something that happened earlier than the last week or so. So the difference dollar-wise from that sell level down to that buy level, just to give you a reference, is $4,650, just to give you an idea of the magnitude of dollar change in that market. But take a look at the NASDAQ market, dollar difference here that you're seeing, it's $5,260 a contract. Buyers are here. They're holding their own. Look for an up day Monday, but look at the Dow. It cooled off also. Look for a sideways move in this market. Dollar difference, dash line to the buy level, to give you that reference, is $1,545 a contract. Well, what about the Russell? We have two things here that's kind of interesting. The dollar difference, that buy to that sell level, to put that in perspective, let me get that for you. That is $8,450 a contract. Now, the dollar difference here between the sell and that buy level, to provide a reference for that, that's $1,500 a contract. Do we look for further movement to the downside? Yes, but look for a bouncy low on Monday in that market. The euro continues higher as the US dollar continues weaker. Follow through, yes. Next couple days on the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, are going to be very important in terms of clues about further movement in the euro. A very interesting setup there. A dollar difference here on the downside, $462.50. But what about, whoops, what did I tell you about that one? Yeah, nice, clean, yeah, we did. We talked about that, didn't we? Yep, we did. Okay, so Swissy, nice close there. Dollar difference buy to sell level in that market, $1,050 a contract. I'm looking for follow through to the upside, but check out Mr. Yen. We got low enough, as we've been talking about. That's a level that we've seen intervention before in that market. Is that what's happening here? Well, we don't know. And it's the right kind of volatility, but it could be traders front running the central bank, the Bank of Japan, to see that may be happening and they jump ahead of it. But we don't know. And it could be a combination of both, but it is the right kind of move for an intervention. If it is, do not look for a big day up on Monday. Dollar difference down here, $125 a contract in Mr. Yen, and the dollar difference between the sell buy to that sell level is $337.50. What a move, huh? But check out Aussie dollar. Nice and clean. Look for further movement to the upside. British pound, smaller move, and the Canadian dollar. Our friends up north are holding on to this as we go into the weekend. Look at Bitcoin, traded just a bit above the buy level, and it failed as it closed below that. Always important to think about risk anytime you initiate a trade. And the dollar difference from that sell down to that buy level is, a minute, I want to make sure I give you the right number for that market. Yeah, it is. That dollar difference is $18,875 a contract. All righty then. Look for a sideways move. Check out what's happening in the 10-year note, half a tick above that buy level, and it closed underwater. Dollar difference in that market is $375, $325 a contract. Look for a sideways move, but what about 30-year bonds? Dollar difference sell to buy level is $531.25. Look for a sideways move. The bias here is still for a move to the downside, but gold continues the upper momentum, and we look for that to continue for reasons we talked about in the advanced video. For silver, let me stretch that out a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. A dollar difference here in silver uh, that you're seeing here is $6,200 a contract. Follow through to the upside. Well, that's what we're looking for in this market. Buyers held on to it, look for an inside day. And copper, boy, it did firm up. I'm suspect of this market, but the fact is buyers are here. Sell to buy level in that market, 1750. Difference between this sell and buy level is $2,500 a contract, and right down here, that difference is $500 a contract. Crude oil, $330 a contract, different here. Buyers are here. I'm not so sure, though, about follow through. Fundamentally, I don't know if we have the support, but support, I think that's what we have for nat gas. With the cold spell we have going through the country, the demand is there, supply is ready too, and I do look for further movement up. However, Monday, look for an inside day. This traded one tick below that low. And the dollar difference buy to sell level in that market's $11,800 a contract. A lot of people say, doesn't that upset you when it trades a little bit below and goes up? The sell side failed in that market. Well, if the strategy said, based on how I look at the candles, that that is an important level, well, that's what the market felt that way too. And there's always another trade. Now let's move on. Beans holding their own. Sideways move is what we're looking for. They're hedging that market. Corn, follow through. Monday's going to be important if it closes down. Ooh, look at wheat, nice clean move here. That does imply follow through. Monday and Tuesday, very important for that market. Well, those are my thoughts for today. Thank you for sharing your day with me. Look forward to being with you again. And as always, take care.